the 5 elements of TCM and how they relate to the human body. If you are into TCM, which is an abbreviation of traditional Chinese medicine or acupuncture, you have probably heard of a term called the 5 elements or the 5 elements theory. But what are the 5 elements as referred to in traditional Chinese medicine, and how do they relate to the human body? Hi, my name is Dao. Welcome to Inspirement Chinese Health Tip. In this episode, we will discover how the 5 elements and the human body actually relate to the human body. And if you stick around until the end, I will show you a simple way to start affecting the balance of the 5 elements in your body right away. The 5 elements theory, or Wu Xing, as it is known in Chinese, is a central aspect of the practice of traditional Chinese medicine. Though it is called a theory, its practical applications have a written track record that dates back as far as the time of the Warring States, which is roughly 2,500 years ago. In addition to their role in Qigong and internal martial arts, the 5 elements help determine the design principle of feng shui and the underlying structure of traditional Chinese medicine, including acupuncture and herbal remedies. The ancient Chinese were fascinated with change as in the cyclical passing of phases. To understand how the 5 elements theory applies to the human body, we need to first understand the mindset behind it all. Remember, you can always like and comment on our videos. That motivates us and gives us an idea what questions and topics to make more content next time. The 5 elements theory. The ancient Chinese medical practitioners believed that everything in the universe has created by the 5 elements. They did not differentiate between the cosmos, the movements of planets, or the change of the seasons, and how this linked to the body, our emotions, and organs. You may be wondering what cosmology, psychology, and spirituality have to do with maintaining health. Before we dive into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Now, let's take a look at what cosmology, psychology, and spirituality have to do with maintaining health. By observing nature, we can see the 5 elements characteristic in the world around us, and also see how the same elements are reflecting within our own bodies and personalities. According to the 5 elements theory in traditional Chinese medicine, all matters originates from the 5 elements. It is no secret that the movement of our planets through the solar systems and around the sun is connected to the seasons on Earth. The wood element relates to spring, the fire elements to summer, the earth element to late summer, and the metal elements to autumn, the water element to winter. If you close your eyes and imagine yourself in every season, you may notice how each season evokes a certain feeling and thoughts in you. If we follow that train of thought, we will find it quite reasonable that the 5 elements are also related to bodily emotions. The wood element corresponding to anger, the fire element corresponding to hate, earth element corresponds to worry. The metal element corresponds to sadness. The water element to fear. These are for the most part negative bodily emotions that any of us may be familiar with. But did you know that each one of these emotions is related to our mental state, our mind? How? Well, actions speak louder than words. You can convince yourself by doing the following experiment. If you have an upcoming exam or opportunity ties to success or failure, and you think about the positive outcome and all that comes with it, you will quickly notice the emotion of joy. If you are at work or away from home, just think about meeting your loved ones, your partner, or friends as soon as you are home again. How does that make you feel? Now, I want to imagine the opposite. What would happen if you fail? Or you would not be successful and all your efforts would be in vain? What if you get accused of a crime on your way home and you would not arrive to meet your family and friends? How does that make you feel? As unbelievable as it may seem, this little experiment not only shows that our mind state, whether we think of positive or negative things, has an effect on our emotions. It also shows how the related 5 elements can become real and tangible as we experience them through the physical sensations our emotion cause. The connection between mind and body. The little thought experiment before also illustrated how mind is connected to the body, as is taught in traditional Chinese medicine. And because the 5 elements also related to the 5 organs, the 5 organs in turn also related to the 5 emotions above: anger, hate, worry, sadness, and fear. You may have heard of the saying that in a healthy body, there is also a healthy mind. Well, if you consider what we have just established, then that saying makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Here are the 5 emotions and their corresponding organ and elements. The emotion of anger related to the liver, gallbladder, and the element of wood. The emotion of hate related to the heart, small intestine, and fire. The emotion of worry relates to the spleen, stomach, pancreas, and earth. The emotion of sorrow relates to the lung, large intestine, and metal. The emotions of fear relates to the kidney, bladder, and of course water. And just as there are negative emotions, there are positive ones too, that also corresponding to organ and a respective element. The opposite of anger is kindness for the liver, gallbladder, and the element of wood. The opposite of hate is love for the heart, small intestine, and fire. The opposite of worry is joy for the spleen, stomach, pancreas, and earth. The opposite of sorrow is courage for the lung, large intestine, and metal. Lastly, the opposite of fear is tranquility for the kidney, bladder, and water. So in a nutshell, the 5 elements wood, fire, earth, metal, and water are used to describe the relationship between organs in the body and to guide the diagnosis and treatment for the syndromes based on the harmonious relationship between body, mind, spirit, and nature. The 5 elements of the body not only automatically self-regulate according to the law of yin and yang, but also coordinate with the 5 elements from the outside world in order to achieve optimum health. Our role is to be as mindful as possible through this process and facilitate the optimum environment for this self-regulation to take place. Imagine a stream. It flows without you having to do anything. In fact, water digs its own way down the banks that is optimum for its flow. If we, however, block the flow of the water or redirected too much of it for irrigation, then we cause an imbalance of the flow of the water, and the stream either dries out, leading to stagnation and undersupply further downstream, or the stream floods the bank when its flows has been naturally blocked, which drowns the surrounding area and also causes an unfavorable state. So how can we use this knowledge right now to start balancing the 5 elements in our body? If you are interested in finding out more about how to get in tune with your mind, body, and spirit, using traditional wisdom and traditional Chinese medicine, then remember to hit that subscribe button so you get a notice every time we publish a new amazing video like this one. Now, the mindfulness exercise. First, sit comfortably with your back straight, feet flat on the floor, and hands in your lap. Breathing through your nose, focusing on your breathing, moving in and out of your body. If physical sensation of thoughts interrupt your meditation, note the experience and then return your focus to your breathing. Do this for 5 minutes at a time. After the 5 minutes, refer to your notes regarding the experience and physical sensations that interrupted your mind from calming down and becoming empty. If it was certain sensations that evoke certain emotions, you can refer to this video to see the corresponding element or organ. Why would you do this? Well, by understanding what is preventing you from becoming more mindful, you are discovering areas of your mind, body, and spirit that may need some balancing. The 5 elements theory is a great tool to help you diagnose and treat those areas of imbalance that are otherwise too intangible to diagnose with regular methods. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye for now.